So you're moving to San Antonio and you're looking to rent, whether it be in an apartment, townhome, or home. And when you're on this platform and looking for rentals, all you see is for sale, for sale, for sale, and you don't exactly know the directions to take. Well, today I'm going to share some must-know strategies to help you navigate that rental maze. Also, you'll know how to lock in great deals and find that perfect apartment that fits your lifestyle. And you'll also know why using somebody like myself will expedite that process by a million. Not going to keep you long. This video is not highly edited. It is purely informational. So let's get straight to it. All right, so starting with what is an apartment locator. A lot of people have never even heard of an apartment locator. But we are actually licensed real estate agents. We just specialize in apartments or rentals as a whole, whether that be apartments, townhomes, rental homes, every type of rental that's what we focus on. And so a lot of apartment locators actually go into the buy-sell side because they have a lot of people that they help rent out a place. And then those renters eventually turn into somebody who's ready to buy a house. And so a lot of them do transition over to that. But for the sake of this video, I'm only talking to my renters, So we offer free expert-driven service for renters, meaning that we actually have a system that we work through. Unlike your typical websites, such as, I'm not going to name them, but the websites you go on to look for apartments or even homes. They have something a bit different. It's tailored to all walks of life. So whether you are a young professional moving to San Antonio or moving within San Antonio, or you're just somebody who's like retired and ready to settle in a smaller place, or whatever the case may be, we are tailored to all walks of life and we can help you. And I like to say that we're not salesmen, right? Obviously, you will have, your few people that act as salesmen, but I don't think that's how it should go, especially since our services are free to you. I mean, what are we selling to you? All it is shopping, guys. Everybody likes shopping for food, for clothes, for gets and gadgets. Everybody likes shopping for something, right? And so in this case, you're still shopping, but for an apartment, which is a very exciting thing, by the way. It should not be stressful, which is why you should also use one of us. It shouldn't be stressful. All it is just shopping for an apartment with a friend. And if you don't consider one of us your friend, then with a trusted advisor, somebody who you can trust to help you get into that dream apartment, townhome, rental home of yours. That's all it is, right? And so we're not salesmen. We're not supposed to be salesmen. So we do specialize in matching your lifestyle and your budget. Again, we have a system that we work through. And so we're able to filter that down in a very specific way. We ask you all the questions about what you want in your lifestyle, what budget you're working with, and see if we can try to match that as closely as possible for you. And that leads me to my next point, being a personal guide. So when we actually match those things together for you, we're your personal guide throughout the process. So we don't just, send you a list and leave you hanging, because there's always going to be something else out there, something else that you didn't see, that we didn't see. And there's always room for updates, whether you need it or don't. There's always room for it. And so us being your personal guide, we're able to kind of, point you in the right direction for what you're looking for in a very, very specific way. I'm going to use that word so much because it's a big part of this business, right? It's all specific, specified. Yeah, we're going to be your personal guide, and I'm going to show you what it'll look like. Now, let's just say you're Bob over here to my left, right? You're planning to move to San Antonio, a huge move. It's your first time being here, living here. It's your first time for everything. You don't know anything about the city. You stay up till about 3 a.m. in preparation, trying to find the right apartment, townhome, rental home, whatever it may be. You try to find the right rental for you. And you filtered it down as much as you possibly can on about 5 different websites, but you just can't seem to get the right one. Bob is stressing. Bob doesn't know what to do. And he doesn't want to use a real estate agent because he's afraid that we might charge him something that he doesn't have to give. Little does Bob know that we're not even charging you for it. Don't be a Bob. Be a Billy over here to my right. Billy, he's living life. He's living lavish. He's living like Larry. Billy just hopped in his bubble bath because he just realized that, hey, I don't have to stress anymore about this move. I can just use an apartment locator because he has everything that I need, everything that I'm looking for, and I don't have to pay him. Come on. Get the red wine out, light the candles. Billy is living life how he should, and he's making this move as stress-free for him as possible because he knows that he doesn't have to stress like Bob over here. They both have the same goal. They're both going through the same thing, just in different ways. And so I encourage you to be a Billy and realize that your move as a renter does not have to be stressful whatsoever. it can be as smooth going as you allow it to be. All right, moving on from Bob and Billy, we have access to exclusive listings. Us being apartment locators, we can open the door to hidden gems, meaning that you may be searching for a rental, right? But little do you know that we have access to all these hidden gems that you don't know about. And if you're one of the ones who live in San Antonio already and you've driven around the city 2,000 times, right? You think you've seen all the apartments in the world. Well, I'll tell you what, you probably haven't. There's about 11,000 plus units that we have to rent out that are open for moving in. I haven't even seen all of them driving around, and this is my job, right? It's just so many that you won't see. And so what I would hate for you is for anybody to get into an apartment that they like but not love and realize that, hey, there's one on this block or this block that I didn't even realize was there. It didn't show it on the websites. It didn't show it in any type of recommendation ads. I didn't see it while driving around because I never drove on that block. Well, you just missed out on what could be something that you love instead of something that you like. So we have access to hidden gems all on the computer, by the way. There's always going to be options for you, whether you realize it or not. We also have insider knowledge, meaning that, for instance, we know new properties before the website is even up. These properties tend to let us know before anybody else because what they want is to bring tenants in. They want to fill those units up with people that are excited and happy to live there. And so how do they do that? What's the most effective way they do that? Well, they hit us apartment locators up. Hey, we're about to open up on this date. The website's not up. Nobody knows yet. We're getting ready for the grand opening here in a couple of months. But hey, come on by, take some pictures, take some videos of the property and promote it. We help them do business and we're helping y'all with y'all's business, which is moving into that dream spot. So if you are somebody who is actually wanting something very specific and very new that's not out on the market yet, then we do have that type of knowledge to give you. And I'll tell you, it filters down so specific we can actually see the years that all these apartments were built, were made, or even renovated if they have renovations to them. And so, yes, you can get that specific when you're working with an apartment locator. I haven't ran into that issue much, but there are a few people out there, whether you may be watching or not, that you want something that was built in this specific year. If you are, just know that you're not crazy. Another thing is that it increases chance of finding a high quality rental. Again, guys, we can filter down to the T, and I'll show you on this next slide how much we can filter. Just a few examples, not all of it, but we can filter down to the T. And when looking through these websites, there's a lot of things that you can't trust through pictures or even videos or even word of mouth nowadays. You actually have to have somebody go and actually see it, really fill out the place, maybe investigate. I'm just kidding. We don't investigate that much. We are not licensed inspectors, but I will say we are people who have good opinions about where to move, what area may be best for you in particular. We have all that information down packed. And so that is something that you will not get on the websites. Now, here's just a few things, and I mean just a few, that we have access to when it comes to our expert guidance. Things such as amenities. Now, we can filter out the amenities that you want or don't want. So let's just say Bob from a couple slides ago, he's looking for an apartment or a townhome community with an outdoor pool, a grill, a dog park, and a cinema room. Well, we can filter all those in and see what there is out there and if it fits its budget. Another important thing is the neighborhoods. I don't think this is something that you can filter down as specific when you're looking on these websites. So we can filter down the neighborhood that you want to be in, whether that be for work or enjoyment. So let's say you're moving to San Antonio and you don't know anything about it, right? But you tell us where you're working at, so we can actually filter within that zip code or around it. And as you can see on this picture off to the right, it doesn't go by zip code, it actually goes by neighborhood. And so we're up to date with the neighborhoods. All we have to do is click that button and it literally gives us a list of those apartments, townhomes, rental homes within that one neighborhood. And so if you're not sure if the neighborhood that you want to live in, then we can always look at different neighborhoods for you, whether that be in person or just through the websites, and me sending you that list. Which, by the way, if you want me to send you a tailored list, a list just for you if you're moving to San Antonio or within San Antonio, comment down below and I'll get in touch with you, or you can text or email me and we'll work on that. Again, my services are free. All you have to do is work with me, communicate with me, and we will be good. And one more important thing when it comes to the filtering is we have access to all the deals around San Antonio, up-to-date deals at that. So let's just say I actually pulled this screenshot down here from an actual apartment building here in San Antonio. They are doing 100% off rent for 1 month on 2 bedrooms on a 12-month lease, 100% off rent for 1 month on 1 bedrooms on a 12-month lease, and 1 month free on select 1 and 2 bedroom units on a 12-month lease. And so they actually have very specified, deals that they got going on, things that you probably can't see through social media, through websites, through word of mouth, through anything, ads. You probably will not see this because, for one, these deals, they come and they go as they please. They're there one day, off the next, but we have access to the most updated deals to every single apartment, townhome, rental home, every single rental community as it is. And that's important for a lot of people, especially when they're moving within San Antonio. They want to enjoy their move. You probably want to enjoy your move and not have to worry about rent for 1 or 2 months, or even sometimes 2.5 months, and just focus on the move itself, getting the things that you need. And so those are some type of things that we can filter down for you. And trust me, a lot of these rental communities, they have deals going on. And a lot of times people move into an apartment building without any deals going on. And right off bat, boom, 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 they're paying rent as soon as they get in there. They're, having all these expenses on top of that. Sometimes you don't want to do that. And so we can definitely filter that down for you and see the most up-to-date deals. Now, as you've been hearing, we work and you relax. Again, this is supposed to be simple, easy process for you. You're supposed to just relax, enjoy, and realize that you're shopping with a friend. Again, we're not salesmen. You're actually shopping with a friend here. And so we actually book and coordinate your tours. Again, you don't have to worry about a thing when it comes to that. We're the ones to book and coordinate the tours. So if you say, hey, I like that apartment that you just sent me last week, I want to tour that on Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. I say, okay, I see what I have down. I request, and the property answers back because they have to answer back like that. And boom, we just got you in for a tour next Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. And unfortunately, a lot of these buildings do not answer their phones. And if you actually show up to the buildings, this has happened to me before, by the way, nobody's there in the leasing office. I mean, they're either off to lunch or nobody's just working that day. It just doesn't make sense with some of these buildings. And so I would hate for any of you to go through that. We actually can book and coordinate all those tours, and we have direct communication with these properties because they know that we're the ones bringing them tenants, and they wouldn't want to miss that. But when people are calling, that phone can ring right next to them and they can just ignore it all day. And so your needs plus your wants equals enjoyment. We can not only filter what you need, but we can filter what you want. I cannot express the amount of times that people moved into their place and got what they needed, but not technically what they wanted. And they have a place, they're grateful for it, but they're not necessarily enjoying it. I want to make it as easy as possible for you to not only just have the place that you need and all the things in that place that you need, but I want you to enjoy the place. This is a big thing. You're going to be living here. You wake up here, you sleep here, you eat dinner here. If you have a family, then you're hanging out there. And the last thing that you want to worry about is being in an area that you cannot enjoy or that you don't think is safe for you and your family. And so we are here to help you for that. Again, guys, we work just as a real estate agent because we are real estate agents. We just specialize in certain areas. And so we give you all the expertise that you need, such as they would do for their buyers and sellers. We just happen to do it for free. That means it's simple, quick, and easy for you. You relax. All we have to do is filter everything that you want and need, and we go hit up these places. And if you're not in town, guess what? We can do virtual tours as well. I mean, this is just a big old bargain for y'all. And did I mention that it's a free service? I probably did. I'm not sure. I don't think I remember. Who knows? But yeah, I'll say it's a free service one more time for the people. It's a free service. There's been so many times where I'm messaging people on Facebook Marketplace because that's where a lot of my listens go, right? And, I'm texting them, everything's going well. And I, want to book their tour for them. They're like, okay, yeah, let's book it. And so I send them that form that says work with me, and they're just scared. They never text back. I never hear from them again. And I don't even know if those people ended up moving into a place or not, which is unfortunate because I'm just here to help. I really want to help, But, then I get to thinking, well, they probably think that I'm a real estate agent that, will take a commission out. They don't know how I get paid, which I don't blame them. And so, I kind of had to pivot and, really tell people that, hey, this is a free service. You will not be charged for whatever I do for you. I can promise you, if I charge you a penny, you can sue me. I don't care because it's not going to happen, right? Now, I did hear in some places, like in other states, some people will charge you a commission just to work with them, or like a, down payment of some sort just to even get in their door. Hey, they do what they do. I'm not doing it. That's just not, the service that we offer. And so moving on, you're probably thinking, hey, you just told me all these things. I can probably do websites. I can probably just go on apartmentlist.com or apartments.com and filter it out, Zillow, Realtor. I can filter this stuff out. Well, you're not wrong. You can, but there will be things that you will be missing out on. And I can't express this enough, especially if you are moving from out of state or out of city and you don't know much about San Antonio. Man, are you making a mistake? For one, it is a huge time saver. When you're moving to a new city from out of state or out of city, right? The last thing that you want is to waste time because you're probably on a time crunch of some sort. You probably already have an idea of when exactly you're moving or the time frame that you want to move. And if nothing's going well on your end, you're probably freaking out. That's the last thing that I want for you. And I'm sure that's the last thing that you want. So we are a huge time saver to you. Whatever you tell us, we can get it pretty much just like that, right? And another thing about that, nothing beats being able to talk to someone at any given moment versus, between the hours of 8 and 5 without any certainty that leasing office will pick up their phone. When you're working with the locator, you can text them at 11 p.m. Now, someone may not answer that late, but the point is that you can text them, you can call them at any time, and it's a huge time saver. And you don't have to rely on all these buildings and these different landlords and property managers having to, give you a call back when all you want to do is move by next week. You're on a time crunch. We respect your time enough to give you that service effectively. So that leads me to my next point, which is human guidance. Now, looking on these websites, it's cool and all, but guys, it's a robot and it can't filter as much as you think it can. You can't ask that website as many questions as you possibly can. You can't see 1,000 apartments that you like and call 1,000 places and be 100% successful. It's a numbers game. It just doesn't work like that. I'm not saying you're not good at it. I'm just saying it doesn't work like that, And so nothing, especially for my relocators, nothing beats being able to actually talk to somebody and ask them questions, a human questions, and have their guidance and their tips and their output. And so they're specified versus tailored. And what I mean by that is that websites give you specified options based on filters, right? Locators give you tailored options based on filters, lifestyles, knowledge, needs and wants, preferences, neighborhoods, day-to-day life, unique living situations, and just you as a person. You're not going to be able to filter all that within a website or an app or even seeing on ads where you're trying to comment and be like, hey, where's this place? I want to know more information about that. You're not going to be able to get all them filters and that guidance and that tailored service. Tailored meaning to you specifically, not to Bob down the street, but to you, Billy, because everybody has different needs and wants when it comes to an apartment. And you're just not going to be the same as the next person that we're helping. So what these websites do, they give you a broad option database that you can filter down as much as you possibly can. Not want to, but can. And sometimes you just don't find the right place for you. Again, this is a big thing. This is a move we're talking about. This is the place that you'll be living, breathing air in for most of your current life. And so the last thing that you want to do is choose the wrong one because you got specified service versus a tailored service to you. Now, I hope that I was able to help you out just a bit. Again, if you are looking to move to San Antonio or within the area, do not be afraid to comment down or just text or email me. I've put my number and email down here. And you can also watch my apartment, townhome, rental home tours that I've been doing on my channel. I post 2 to 3 times a week. And so you don't want to miss any of those apartment tours because I'm giving you all the good stuff on here, right? My Instagram and my TikTok, they don't get the good stuff. Heck, they don't even get stuff anymore. I'm focused on YouTube. I'm focused on y'all. But for now, go check out my other videos because you do not want to miss those tours or that information I'm handing out for free, by the way. There is no course selling yet. I'm just kidding. All this information is out there for free, but I promise I will give it to you in a way that you've never heard or seen before. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I appreciate it all, and I will see y'all in the next video.